We left off talking about the wonderful side characters in Bluey and how the creators of the show use every single character in the series, no matter how small their role may be, to express realistic aspects of life that many individuals experience. Using the characters of the show, I've had the pleasure to explore and discuss many difficult topics, but this one might be the most challenging as we deep dive into the character Winton and how he is used in the show to give a glimpse into the behaviors and emotions commonly seen with children of divorce. Winton was confirmed to have a troubled family situation in the Season 2 episode Helicopter, where Winton infamously says this line regarding his parents.
Where does he live? I don't know! Winton! I know he doesn't live with my mom!
And like many other individuals upon hearing this line, I kind of believe this is where Winton's connection to him being a child of divorce started and ended. But with a little bit of encouragement from you buddies, I decided to delve deeper to see if, like any other characters in the show, Winton's behaviors hold any accuracies to real-life children that has divorced parents. And man, he has a lot more than I would have ever imagined. I started talking about Bluey due to my history of working with kids in a therapeutic setting, which has inspired me to start this series, and the topic of divorced parents is something anyone in the profession is readily aware of, how much this type of development can alter a child's perspective of the world around them. Divorce can disrupt a child's sense of security and stability, potentially leading to anxiety and a heightened need for closeness and reassurance from your peers. And of course, I'll go more in depth on this later in the video, but right off the bat, it's not hard to already see how this strikingly relates to Winton's Space Invader-like quality that we see in the series. With this being but just one example of the many crumbs the creators of the show put into the character to further capture the behaviors commonly seen in children of the divorce. But before we get into the clowns and bulk of the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You have no idea how much helps me out to get these videos out to more fans like you. And let's discuss what's going on with Winton. To start, it's important to briefly go over how divorce affects a child. When growing up, it's normal to develop a perspective that your parents are your whole world. Ideally, they bring comfort and warmth in ways that is almost impossible to put into words. But the sense of security quickly becomes compromised once you learn that the world that you knew is quickly tearing into two different directions. It's disorienting and naturally frightening to have all that you knew threatening to crumble in what feels like a sudden overnight occurrence. Parents that divorce, of course, had the build-up and anticipation to prep themselves for this outcome, but for a child who had no prior warning, it's something that leaves a young mind in a state of shock, causing an almost unthinkable amount of negative developments. This perceived sudden change destroys a child's sense of security and stability, leading to the before-mentioned heightened need to feel close and assured by your peers that we see reflected by Winton in the show. You essentially start to fear another instance of separation.
Are you okay?
My mum left me behind.
So some individuals like Winton will start to grasp for anyone close by. What's really jarring about this and other symptoms is that many of the ways that this affects an individual's mind is actually on a subconscious level, as your brain attempts to find ways to fill the new holes in your reality. So many of these behaviors aren't expressed in a way that an outsider looking in would be able to identify, so it's not uncommon to see adults falsely label a kid as just annoying or bad.
Winton, why can't you just be good? 'Cause I'm not good.
Alongside this newly developed need to find stability in your life, children of divorce will often feel an increased desire to maintain harmony in their relationships no matter what.
I'm squabbling, I don't like it.
Leading to an almost people-pleasing mentality, which is really easily seen in Winton. As in pretty much every episode, he kind of just accepts what others tell him to do and doesn't really fight against the grain when he doesn't like an activity. This is best viewed in the episode Circus, where we can see Hercules forcing Winton to do whatever he says. And even when Winton starts to voice his own opinion, he quickly resigns to doing what others tell him to do again.
No, you're my jump. But being a jump is boring. Just do as you're told or you're not playing, okay? Okay.
To Winton's credit, Hercules forces everyone to do what he wants later in the episode, so take that for what you will. But the point still stands that in other episodes, Winton will do what others ask him to do, even if it's something he doesn't have interest in. It's not uncommon for individuals like Winton to experience difficulties expressing their emotions. The emotional turmoil of divorce can be absolutely overwhelming for a child, leading to some children struggling with vocalizing their feelings and instead acting out through quote-unquote behavioral problems. It's a main reason why I believe we see Winton act out in the episode's stories, so much so that we see Coco call him out for it. And it's the same reason why we see Winton suffering in silence in the episode Handstand. This little episode has a ton of characterization for all the characters present, but for the purpose of this video, it allows us to see how Winton handles his emotions. When playing with blocks, his tower gets knocked down by Missy a couple times by accident, and instead of confronting Missy about it each time, Winton recluses in anger to another spot in the house, where we can later see him looking sad on the healer's porch. Now this actually goes a little higher as Nana attempts to talk to Winton about his feelings, but he refuses Nana's help.
You okay, little fella?
Yes.
Anything I can help with?
No.
Winton is clearly upset, but due to his inability to express his emotions, he instead opts into being dismissive on his own feelings, which is something that is extremely accurate to real life. Another aspect of Winton's character that is scarily accurate is his space invader-like quality I've alluded to previously in the episode Typewriter.
'Cause you're a space invader. Oh, okay. Wait, what's a space invader?
Typewriter is an episode all about learning that the power and resources to achieve your goals and find happiness are already within you, with Snickers originally hating his body and then learning to love it,
I love being a sausage dog!
Bluey believing she needs a typewriter to write a story when she instead could use her imagination, and finally Winton being upset everyone runs away from him,
Everyone keeps running away from me.
and him later learning it's because he gets too physically close to people.
Oh.
And eventually turns this negative into a positive by helping his friends by using this space invader-like quality to scare off the people blocking the path.
Just tell me, are you gluten-free? Ah!
Wonderful messages aside, this is actually the episode that really inspired me to take a closer look into Winton, because pretty much everything I've explored thus far with his character reflecting children of divorced parents is captured within this episode flawlessly. Winton is upset about people running away from him and chooses to isolate himself in a secluded spot away from everyone else, really showing that difficulty in expressing his emotions that we discussed previously. Bluey tells Winton what to do and right away agrees to it without thinking why he should.
Any question? It doesn't matter. Ask him if he's gluten-free. Alright then.
Which shows that people-pleasing quality of his. And of course, he gets too physically close to his peers.
People stay about this far apart, but you don't. You get right up close. 'Cause I'm a space invader? Yeah. Oh. Is that why people keep on running away from me? Yeah, probably.
Which really demonstrates his desire for new connections and shows that he wants to hold what he does have as close as he possibly can. The only other aspect within Winton's character is something I actually hold really near and dear to my heart, and I saved it for the end, admittedly, because I was too afraid to talk about it earlier, and even contemplated leaving it out of the video entirely, which is Winton's desire to make others laugh. When going through large emotional tolls, some individuals will develop this desire to use comedy to make those around you feel better, as opposed to directly confronting said problem. This method is a way some individuals cope with certain realities in their lives. This aspect of Winton is something really difficult to talk about, seeing as it's a coping mechanism I would use so much throughout my youth. So much so that comedy has become an automatic response to anything remotely negative in my life. Simply put, I try to make people laugh all the time, and this is something Winton does in almost every single episode. Like Winton, sometimes my jokes do fall a little flat, which is shown in a really gradual but beautiful way in the episode Stories, as Winton does everything he can in an attempt to cheer up his friend Indy when no one else was able to help her. Winton's playful manner allows Indy to go from being downright hard on herself
Because I'm not very good.
to having smiles flicker across her face, and eventually getting to the point where she once again believes in her own abilities. Heck, even in the episode Circus, Winton wants to play as a funny clown above anything else. It really shows how much Winton just wants to make those around him laugh. And throughout the episode's stories, Winton is constantly trying to make everyone laugh and feel happy, and by the end, not only fixes Indy's negative mindset,
I told you you were good. I think you're good too.
but also causes the entire classroom to roar with laughter. Too often in life, there isn't many things you can do to change your situation. And it's embarrassing to say this, but the small moments of laughter are kind of like rays of light that can literally light up an entire room. It has an almost magical power to make people feel better almost instantly, even if it's just for a little while. It's almost impossible to genuinely laugh without smiling, and I just want the ones around me to always smile. And because of this, like Winton and so many others, I just want my journey to be full of laughter. The way the show decides to show how Winton is feeling through body language and various techniques that is very realistic to real life is just absolutely superb. And it's funny, I didn't really think that Winton would be one of my favorite characters, but after really analyzing his character, I think he might be in my top 5, and it kind of makes me happy that one of you buddies actually sent me a Winton plushie, I think almost 7 months ago, and I never put it behind there, but I might have to find a spot to put it there because I really like Winton as a character now. I just really love how they don't really throw his development into your face, and it kind of allows the audience to interpret it in your own way and kind of creates a background character that doesn't get a lot of spotlight, but still creating a character that allows someone that is keen enough to look into the background to see all these purposely put in behaviors from Winton that really allows him to just be this amazing character. And what's really cool is that even if you look at Winton's dad in the background, there's a clear narrative of him being sad that he was divorced and him looking for a new love with the terrier's mom, which is a cool background narrative that they mentioned was something that they really wanted the audience to keep an eye out for in one of their behind the scenes podcasts. And although I didn't get to really talk about Winton's dad that much, I feel like Cornelius might even deserve a small little 5-minute, 8-minute little video because that background narrative is just an awesome little part of the show that they didn't have to put in, but they put in the extra effort to really show it to us with lots of environmental storytelling and stuff like that, which I'm a big sucker for. But nevertheless, please join me next time as we analyze everything Bluey. I have a couple different ideas that I'm juggling around in my head, so I'm not really sure what to tell you what will be my next video, but don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any new video that I make. Now at this point, I just want to give a shout out to the amazingly talented artists in the community that took time out of their day to make me some amazing looking fan art. As in tradition, all of their handles will be on the bottom left, so you can go check out all their art, with the first one being from Poshy Red Panda. Now this art piece is actually really special to me because the creator of this art piece is actually the significant other of my brand new editor. He and I have been working on a couple different things in the background and has helped me immensely with my audio as well as editing my videos. This entire video is actually edited by them. So I'm extremely grateful of our newfound friendship. So this art piece kind of just encapsulates that perfectly. You can see my character wearing that really neat Radley hoodie that I showcased in a previous video of mine, as well as my editor's OC hanging out with some really overjoyed expressions, just drinking and enjoying a soda. Or maybe alcohol, I'm not really sure, I didn't really ask. I'm always a big sucker for art pieces that symbolize me hanging out with one of you buddies, so this kind of checks all the boxes that I'm looking for in an art piece, so it's just really sweet and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And this next art piece is by Darren Dank. Now Darren's just one of those artists that you look at their page and everything they make is just really good, so I am absolutely honored that they decided to make an art piece for me. He did an excellent job with general lighting and gradients along the art piece in general. I love the Bluey-like font that he used for my name on the bottom right there, and in general everything is just really clean looking. It's a fun pose. I love how he drew the glasses. Once again, his art pieces are always really good, so this is just a big honor that he made something for me. And this next one's a hand-drawn piece by an artist that likes to go by the name .3emu. I'm not actually sure what drawing utensil they used to make this because there's lots of nice etching along the strokes, but whatever type of utensil they used to draw it came out really, really good. They used a very limited color palette to draw everything here, but it all came out really, really well. All the curves in the art piece are really well done, and the eyes are extremely animated. It's just really good art piece. And the final art piece for today is a 2-for-1 deal by Skullkill. It always makes me laugh when I get art pieces that are in the art style of the Grouchy Granny from Granny Mobile. So this art piece is really, really fun. It really makes me laugh, not necessarily because of how it's drawn, but because of the memories and the episode that it's associated with. And this next one is actually so freaking sweet. It's me doing that "It's a Good Thing You're Tough" from the episode Perfect.
It's a good thing you're tough.
But they were able to make it look like it was drawn by the original source. I don't know how they are able to capture his likeness so well, but it is absolutely phenomenal, as well as my OC looking really clean in the Bluey art style. I just cannot stress it enough. It literally looks like it was made by someone from Bluto Studios. It's phenomenal. I love this art piece. Thank you to all the talented artists that took time out of their day to make something for me and really brighten up my day. You have no idea how much it means to me when I get a notification on my phone and it's like, hey, you got a new art piece, and man, you guys are just so creative. It just blows my mind, all the different art pieces you guys send me. You guys are just unbelievably talented. And of course, a huge shout out to all you buddies that keep supporting me to keep making these videos, especially the members who support me as little as $5 a month, which are NZ Gorham, Smoky Blue, Tasuga, Tyler from Texas, Zach Stryker, Zachary Strawmit, Tom of Essex, Fluff Paws, and Karina G. And if you'd also like to support me by becoming a member, don't forget to click the link in the comments or description or in the top right to become a member. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you buddies have a great day. Bye-bye.
Ready,